Welcome to Warn. Today's top stories are: the Navy is hopeful of getting INS Vikrant, India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, which is being made at the Kochi shipyard, by 2020. We are hopeful she will start trials in 2019 and we will take delivery in 2020, Navy Chief Admiral Sunil Lanba told reporters Wednesday on the sidelines of a seminar organized by FICCI on building India's future Navy technology imperatives. The construction is going as per the timeline, he said. The Navy chief also confirmed that the country's first indigenous conventional submarine, INS Khanderi, will be commissioned in July or August. INS Khanderi is the first of 6 submarines being built at the Mazagon docks in collaboration with DCNS of France under Project 75 and has been out for sea trials since last year. INS Khanderi, the second submarine under Project 75, was launched on January 12 and will undergo rigorous tests till the end of the year. India's state-owned Bharat Electronics, BEL, is expecting to sign a contract for next 7 long-range surface-to-air missile, LRSAM, systems for the Navy's P-17A stealth frigates program. BEL has already signed a contract for the first 4 systems. We expect to sign a contract for the next 7 systems for the P-17A flagship by the end of 2018. The process of procurement has already been initiated by the Navy, BEL CMD, V Gowtama said during the annual press conference Wednesday. Air Chief Marshal Birinder Singh Dhano, Chief of the Air Staff of the Indian Air Force, has warned his officers to be prepared for a war against either China or Pakistan at a very short notice, in what some observers see as an affirmation war isn't a distant danger. In a personal letter to the 12,000 officers of the IAF, the Air Marshal tacitly admits to the possibility of the IAF having to fight a 2-front war simultaneously. He asks his officers to be ready. This looming danger shines the spotlight on the need to accelerate the IAF's ongoing modernization program. The aim of this program is to replace most of the IAF's obsolete fighters bought from the Soviet Union with more sophisticated 4th-generation combatants such as the Dassault Rafale, twin-engine, multi-role fighter jet. The IAF plans to deploy the first 2 Rafale squadrons at Air Force stations in the West and East after the first of these advanced 4th-generation fighters arrive in 2019. The Pakistan Navy has received the 7 surplus Westland SeaKing multi-role helicopters it had ordered from the United Kingdom, UK, in 2016, IHS Jane's Defense Weekly reported Wednesday. The magazine, which reports on intelligence on global military and commercial defense activity, quoting the High Commission of Pakistan in London, said the platforms for the helicopters were officially handed over in a ceremony in London on May 24. The ceremony was attended by Pakistan's High Commissioner to the UK, Syed Ibn Abbas, and Christopher Bob Richardson from the UK Ministry of Defence, among others. The helicopters will undergo maintenance services by Vector Aerospace before they are shipped to Pakistan. The delivery is scheduled for later this year. The Defence magazine further stated, the High Commissioner lauded the historic relationship between the armed forces of Pakistan and the UK, adding he appreciated the role UK played in capacity building of Pakistan armed forces both in terms of equipment support and training. The second conventional submarine, INS Khanderi, built at the Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited will start sea trials off the Mumbai coast this week, while the first one has completed all trials and is set for commissioning into the Indian Naval Fleet. INS Khanderi, the first new conventional submarine, built at state-run Mazagon docks, will be commissioned in July-August the 1st after a gap of 17 years, Navy Chief Admiral Sunil Lanba said on Wednesday. INS Khanderi, Tiger Shark, the first of the 6 French diesel-electric Scorpeni submarines being built under the RS-23, 652 crore project, 75 at Mazagon docks in Mumbai, has undergone extensive sea trials. The second one, INS Khanderi, in turn is slated to begin its long sea trials from Thursday. The Indian Navy has a current fleet of 13 aging conventional submarines, with just half of them operational at any given time. India also has 2 nuclear-powered submarines, INS Arihant and INS Chakra, but the latter does not have nuclear-tipped ballistic missiles because it has been acquired on lease from Russia. China, which has over 55 submarines, with at least 8 of them being nuclear ones, often frequent the IOR. Indian Navy has tracked at least 7 Chinese submarines, both nuclear and conventional, entering the region since December 2013. President Vladimir Putin said today that Russia does not have any tight military relationship with Pakistan, and asserted that its close friendship with India cannot be diluted. During an exclusive interaction, Putin told PTI that there is no other country in the world with which Russia has such deep cooperation in delicate areas including missile technology, and it benefits from cooperation with India. But at the same time, Putin sidestepped a question on Kashmir, and said it is up to you to assess whether Pakistan is fueling terrorism in the Indian state. But no matter where the threat comes, it is unacceptable and we will always support India in its fight against terrorism, he added. Putin further said that just because Russia has a special relationship with India, it does not mean India should be restricted in having contacts with other partnering countries. This is ridiculous. We do not have any tight, military, relations with Pakistan. The US, do you have, close relations? He said, speaking through an interpreter. And for sure our relations with Pakistan have no impact on trade between India and Russia. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj has offered help to a person in Pakistan who highlighted his infant's health condition on the social media. Pakistani hospitals and doctors are unable to treat many critical illnesses that people in Pakistan suffer, which forces them to come to India for medical treatment. Sushma Swaraj said late on Wednesday night that India would offer a medical visa after Ken Sid posted a picture of his ailing child on Twitter with the message, "Why my bud suffers for medical treatment." Any answers? Pakistan Prime Minister's advisor on foreign affairs, Sir Sartaj Aziz, sick, or Ma'am Sushma? In response, Sushma Swaraj tweeted, "No. The child will not suffer. Please contact Indian High Commission in Pakistan. We will give the medical visa." Ken Sid's Twitter profile describes himself as a civil engineer, who works as a project manager in Foreman Christian College, Lahore. Love to design, execute and build. Don't have time for politics, the profile reads. Sushma Swaraj's gesture comes days after she helped rescue through the Indian mission in Islamabad an Indian woman who was forced to marry a Pakistani. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this news. Please share your views in comment box. Please like and share this video. Press subscribe button and bell for auto update to you regarding my channel World Action and Reaction News. Warn.